Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. This is Aisha Firdaus and you are watching Teachers World. Hopefully you all are doing great. I wholeheartedly thank all of you who are literally watching my videos and implementing what is being said in the videos. It gives me immense pleasure when you all send appreciation message and thank me for posting videos, and that actually inspires me to post videos and share with you the best practices and what can be done in our schools, in our classrooms, so that we stand apart. So thank you so much once again. In today's video I'm going to talk about a unique process that has to be initiated in high schools. That is a process of thinking that will facilitate learning to an extent that students come up as problem solvers or innovators. If I am not wrong, many of us or almost all of us will accept to this fact that our students need to be problem solvers. And problem solving comes up as the unique ability in any sector, any organization. If all of us together can actually solve a particular problem, then that is like a different thing altogether. The thing that helps each one of us. We want our students to be critical thinkers, creative people, creative thinkers, and able to collaborate and do innovation, solve problems. Okay, you must be thinking all these are 21st century skills. Time and again we actually, when I made many videos based on 21st century skills, then the fact is, how do we ensure that these things come into the classroom, giving the students a platform to actually work on these skills, enhance these skills and lead to solve a problem, right? So this unique approach that can be taken from 6th grades onwards, 6th to 10th grades, or at least from 8th to 10th grades, it will redefine the way you think and it will transform your schools altogether. Yes, and if you wish to do so, watch the video till the end. This is called design thinking. Yes, design thinking. It is more than it's more than a framework. It is a mindset that encourages the student to think in particular direction that leads to problem solving. And that is the need of the hour. Unless and until we make the students think and give them a structure of how to think, our students are just becoming like they just want to replicate the answers in the examination and get a good score and go out of the college, and they are just repeating this pattern. But we don't want them to just limit themselves to this sort of learning. We want the students to own their learning, to own the thinking process, to interact with people, know about their needs, their problems, and define that problem, come up with solutions and prototype a model or method that actually resolves their problem, test the prototype, and finally evaluate the process. Well, that is the actual structure of design thinking. It starts with empathizing with the problem. A teacher is not going to directly say about the topic. Instead, she is going to create a scenario, or she is going to show them a video or some pictures or newspaper articles that actually talk about some specific problem. It can be population, it can be employment, it can be pure drinking water, or it can be about cleanliness of the surroundings, or anything, whatever the lesson. The teacher actually can start with empathizing. This teacher has to create empathy in the hearts of students. Okay, that is the trigger actually. When the students empathize, they feel, for example, if it is like drinking water, if it is about water and purification, instead of starting the topic directly and writing it on the board as purification of water is the topic for today and going with all the theory, if the teacher shows like how hard it is for many of the people around the world to get some water, to fetch water they have to walk some miles and then get little bit of water when they don't have, and trauma stricken places, how the people are drinking water there. She can show some videos or images or newspaper articles about it, splitting them into groups and help them empathize while you facilitate, go around and help them to think. Once they think about this problem, they realize that how hard it is to get water in the first place. Secondly, how hard it is to get water in a pure form. So how to purify water? Now for the second step, what do? Now they define the problem. Once they have looked at it, as I have come up with 2 problem statements, then they have to define the problem. The students have to define the problem. Once the problem is clearly stated, now they come up with ideation ideation towards the solution. Okay, ideation towards the solution. It can be 10 ideas, 5 ideas, 20 ideas, 100 ideas. If they get some support of technology, or if they can a laptop or tab, okay, they can search for many things. Cumulatively they are thinking together and coming up with ideas of how to resolve this problem with nearest and cheapest available resources. Okay, or else if it requires some additional things, how it can be done. Once they ideate and brainstorm on the solutions, they come up with a working model that is nothing but prototype. Then they assemble this model or create a small model of it, and then as it is a working model of how to resolve this purification of water. That's a simple example. It can be any other thing also. And then they are ready with the prototype. That is a model which is actually designed for the sake to resolve the problem. And after prototyping, it is like testing. Whatever you have developed, then you have to test on the particular set of people, or you are testing whether the need is being met or not. And then the evaluation stands as the last part, wherein you see the effect of the particular innovation, whether it is whether it needs to be changed or some things to be included, and then it is evaluated, and the whole process can actually be streamlined or rectified. So this is actual design thinking. I request the teachers of high school from 6th to 10th class or 8th to 10th class to actually get started with this. Somewhere around when you solve the problems, that leads towards innovation. And innovation finds its connectivity, finds its connection with creativity and critical thinking. It is as if all these things are interlinked. Once you think creatively, critically about a problem, then that leads to a solution, and that leads to solving the problem. So all these are interlinked. So when you apply design thinking in your classrooms, you are changing the way students think. This improves their interpersonal approach also. They discuss, they collect questionnaires. The next level of this is project-based learning can also be a part of it. You are sending the students to take interviews or to conduct a survey questionnaire in the form of, like, before defining the problem, actually when they actually empathize, they want to empathize with the needs, then they actually can conduct a survey or a questionnaire and go and then collect the data and come and ideate on the needs, and again they can define and ideate on the needs and come up with solutions and prototype. And this is how it continues. So we want the students to take up learnings. When design thinking is applied in classes, you all can have a set of goals in your school, like you are going to ensure that these number of innovations or these number of problem solving results have been accomplished or would be accomplished in this particular year. It can be anything that is related to any subject. Design thinking is applicable. It gives a structured way of thinking that leads to problem solving. It incorporates all the 21st century skills. It helps the students to own their learning. It helps them to collaborate and communicate and become confident. And then you are saving their time. Actually, you are making them proactive field workers instead of mugging up the theory and just writing what they have learned and failing to attempt practicals. Now practicals, it's not just like solving the exercises that are given in textbook, but through design thinking they become like they come live into action. And this can be definitely leading to many innovations from our schools. Then you can start thinking about skill labs and many such innovation hubs, skill lab, tinkering hubs, and all these things in your school. And if you start with this, I'm going to attach a template for the lesson plan of design thinking and a video, a couple of videos in description for further perusal. Please get started. Any doubts related to that, you can mail us on firdausaisha751@gmail.com. Feel free, and let's see that we redefine the classroom and transform our schools through design thinking, especially high school students. Jazakallah khair. Thanks for watching.